So hello everyone, today we'll be discussing self-rag. Okay, basically rag, and along with that is self-reflection. So we know that in rag we retrieve a certain kind of knowledge with passages, and we basically retrieve fixed number of passages, and using that we generate some output, like keeping that in context or using that information. Great. So here along with the retrieval part, we maintain a kind of critique. We call it as reflection tokens here. Okay, so we do the reflection. We do so there is a rag plus self-reflection. Okay, so let me just show you a bit about the reflection tokens. Okay, so these are the 4 tokens. First is retrieve. Retrieve is whether you will be using the retrieval or not, yes or no. Is relevant, like the passage we retrieved, is it actually relevant? Okay, it's supported, well, fully supported or not. It's all of the verification is supported, like I have generated some output, I have seen this and that, whether this information is supported by our passage, our the output is supported by the passage. T is the passage retrieved. Okay, is use, also the output and the input, whether the output is useful to the input. Okay, these are the 4 type of reflection tokens, or we can say critique tokens. Great. So this is the our algorithm, how we move on. Okay, I will discuss it later. So we'll be uploading this annotated PDF in the description. Check it out if you want to go through the code. Okay, I will do a very quick overview. Okay, this was came in October 23. Great. IBM guys and University of Washington and Allen Institute of AI. These are people from these institutes work on that. Okay. So here is saying the drawback of RAG. So here we indiscriminately retrieve and add the fixed number of passages, regardless whether a table is necessary or not. And second, this lead to LM flexibility come with the, obviously you're doing fixed define things every time, and also this lead to sometimes getting unuseful response. Okay, to solve this we have a self-reflective RAG. Great. So it improves quality and factuality. Leave it. Retrieval and self-reflection. Great. Okay, so this part is important. Our it retrieves passes on demand and generates and reflects. What are you saying? So basically we check whether the retrieval is important or not. Okay, after we retrieved it, we generate some self-reflection tokens and we use it to improve ourselves. Great. So this is the okay. So initially the element which came initially up to 23, the elements were struggling with factual errors. Okay, so this was improved using our initial RAG methods, but we found that this RAG method lacked several qualities like we have discussed. Like sometimes it fails to give useful response, and it was not versatile because it was always getting n number of number of passages whether it was required or not. These things. So to solve this, we have this our method self-reflective RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Great, by on-demand retrieval and self-reflection part. Okay, so the main thing is here is there is reflection tokens. These tokens play all the role. Okay, I won't go much detail. Okay, let's see here example. This is the basic RAG. We ask a question, it retrieves K documents, and we augment these K documents to our initial question and get the answer. Okay, great. But in the our self-reflective method, we got a prompt. We first define whether the retrieval is required or not. Okay, if required, then retrieve 1, 2, 3, like the 3 passages, and we do it in parallel. Prompt 1 plus 1, prompt plus 2, prompt plus 3, all 3 in parallel. Okay, and then we choose which 3 is the best, and then we give the answer. I mean, sometimes there is no retrieval required, then go and actually give the answer. Okay, great. So I won't be going much into detail. Okay, you can read all these things. It will take a lot of time. Okay. Message images are linked through human feedback. Okay. This method देखते हैं और into training method use a generator grade informed by t prices. Okay, if needed grade and a critique the output the critique criticize the output by learning to generate specific tokens and these tokens are reflection token. Okay, the main thing here is reflection tokens. Okay, the important thing for how it is different from common bag. For it in common bag we retrieve prices indiscriminately without ensuring the complete support from private sources. Great. Okay, so I came here again. Okay, this part is very important. We basically generate four type of tokens. First is the basically retrieve token, whether is retrieval is important or not. So other three are critique tokens. Is reflection is reflection nahi, is relevant, great, is supportive, is used. Okay, so this part solve the almost our entire process. Okay, so let me go through it. Okay, so we'll put a prompt, great, and we have preceding generation like our previous outputs, no, previous generations our. Okay, we have the image input and we have to output our next sequence. Great, we know that. Okay, so first our generator predicts like whether retrieval is required or not. Okay, let's say retrieval is required, yes. If not, okay, let's first go for if not, then directly give me the output. Okay, and now you have the output. Now you use this token is used. It's a critique basically whether the our YT and the prediction is useful input X, whether Y is a useful response to X. Okay. Whether, great. So now if for the case if retrieval is required, so we do same. First we retrieve the passes retrieval, then we generate all the things is relevant, is supportive, or is used. Generative and critique. Okay. These are the things. This is how we are training the critique. So while training the critique, there we basically train is using a already patented LM. Okay, so maximizing the likelihood, great. And here what is our input is the input prompt and the output, and we are training to maximize our what is our great reflection tokens. Okay, the critique reflection token is important, so we are maximizing the likelihood or probability of getting the best reflection tokens. The collection for generator I won't go to watch. Okay, so in generator it predicts output as well reflection token. Okay, this is a generator, great. Okay, let's go through all this here. I won't be taking baselines. Okay, there's a all the self means without any changes directly, which is as it is, like we just imported. Country is basically a retrieval model by Meta Facebook AI. MS Morco benchmark basically for piloting the retrieval methods. Okay, so there are basically some metrics. FS fact score actually check करने के लिए exact match और STREM string exact match. So usually it's checked word by word whether these two contents or paragraphs exactly matching. So we also remove the commas or apostrophe and the keywords like these words. Great. ROG basically rogue the overlap between generator and the reference type. Great. My basically flexibility नहीं how it is similar to like human like no. How it is human like. Okay, so we know precision and recall, great. Okay, there's also a threshold like whether we have to retrieve or not. So easily it we discuss earlier adaptive learning concept of threshold. Character search it, great. So clear it's a threshold whether to retrieve or not. We'll learn it later. Okay. I think it's before. Great. So just check it out later. This is all evaluation study. So here basically we fix or remove certain part of the our pipeline and then check how it will is affecting the result. Realize the conclusion. Self-RAG is a new framework to enhance the quality and factuality of LLMs through retrieval on demand. On demand, when we are asking it will retrieve, and this part is self-reflection. Great, yeah. Okay, so there was also some part in the late. I did not go in detail. I haven't. Okay, self-RAG details. I can study this part. If you're going through, you can check it out later. And also, there is code now in the here. Okay, just let me add it. Text box. Just may remind me to do it later. Keep the size higher too, so that I remember. But it will be difficult. Let's sort it out. Skip it. Okay, great. Just used to highlight me. Great then. Okay. Bye bye then. Let me exit. Closing the OBS. Bye bye.